Hello YouTube, this is Matt Pullen. Would you like to submit one of your own chess games for video analysis on this channel? To find out how, go to the Greencastle-Block Facebook page. That is facebook.com/greencastleblock. I don't know why you wouldn't be a member already, but why not? It is a swell place to be. So let's seek a live Blitz game, 5-2, and hopefully we'll be able to play some brutally accurate chess and come away with victory here. So we'll play the Grievous variation, Queen b6, once again. Again, the attacking d4 early on, with the main idea being if he drops back knight b3, I can just play the queen back to c7 and play a Scheveningen type structure. So, and bishop e3 probably, and then the queen will come back to c7, and they'll just play a6 to keep the knight out of b5, and then typical developing moves like knight f6 coming up next. I guess, yeah, knight f6 here, and see what kind of a structure he puts up. All right, maybe play b5 with the idea of meeting f4 with h5. This would transpose into one of the Taimanov style positions that I like. So sort of expanding on the queen side here, and going to develop with the bishop b7. And I would like for him to play f4 so that I can match that with h5, and then bring the knight to g4, starting some tactical play on this g1 a7 diagonal. So he still hasn't committed to anything, so I'll just play the bishop to b7. And now he's played f4, so I'll play h5 with the idea of knight g4 attacking the bishop on e3. Alright, so here he's played h3 to cut that out, and see, now I can advance the pawn again to h4 with the idea of, in some lines, playing knight h5, knight g3. It's difficult to imagine that taking place now, but do I want to play h4 right away? Let's see. Other moves that I could play here. Play like d6 or try and play. I can't play d5 in this position. Bishop e7 waiting. Rook c8 to play knight a5 and knight c4. Knight a5 right away would unleash, the attack on the the e4 pawn. I think I'll go ahead and I'll stick in this move h4 to stop him from ever advancing. So it gains control over the g3 square. So here he's brought the knight to, or he's kicking my knight, and I can't go to h5, so I'll have to go to g8 with the idea of coming to h6 and f5. He could play his pawn to f5 though, but then his e5 pawn would be hanging. So in this position, I'm going to bring my knight from g8 back out to h6 and then to f5, attacking the e3 and g3 squares. He could bring his knight to e4 behind his central pawn, and so that would stop me from putting the knight on e7 because of knight d6 check. But if he plays knight e4, maybe I have, some move with my knight to discover threaten that. Probably not. There's nothing useful like, oh wait, knight e4, can I play knight takes? Actually, that looks quite good. So yeah, he can't play knight e4 here. Bishop f3 is a possible move for him. Bishop f3, I think maybe I play knight h6. Again, with the idea of knight f5. Alright, so he's brought his bishop to c5 to try and trade for my bishop on f8, because it makes the d6 square weaker. Is he falling into a tactic though? Because can I not play knight takes e5 here? And then I'm threatening c5. Of course, if knight takes e5, he takes on f8. And then I can't play queen b6 because he just brings his bishop back to c5. Can I take on c5 first? Take on c5, then knight takes on c5, and then he's threatening to exchange for my bishop then on b7, so I can't play knight take. So bishop takes c5, knight takes e5, knight takes e5 would probably fail to knight takes b7. So can I just play knight? I'm going to play knight, if I play knight e7, maybe he plays bishop d6. Or do I play bishop takes on c5, and knight takes and queen d6, forcing him to defend his knight, but he defends with queen d6, and that's a pretty good defense, actually. Let's see, knight h6, he can play bishop takes, and then maybe I just take with king. And then he can play queen d6 check if he wants to, and then bring the knight into e4. So, I don't know. This is an unexpected early situation. That's a good move, actually, this bishop c5. So I think maybe bringing the knight to h6 is probably, okay, take there. Knight. I don't know, I don't like the idea of him taking there, so I guess I'll play takes and then knight takes, and then I'll just play knight e7. Because I didn't like the idea of allowing him to displace my okay, and if he wants to take on b7, then fine. He could bring a knight into e4, but I can bring my knight into f5 and guard over the d6 square from there. Of course, he could then bring his bishop to g4 and threaten to exchange for my knight. But then maybe I have a capture on e5. So I'm protecting d6 for now with my knight, but then he can play bishop to g4. Oh, but then I have knight e3. But then he has knight d6 check, and then knight takes on b7, because there will be two knights attacking my bishop on b7. So here, I think maybe I have to play. What about knight e7 here? You know, defending my knight with my other knight. The knight isn't really doing anything great on c6. Can I take knight takes e5, but then just bishop takes f5? So let's bring this knight back to e7 to protect my knight on f5. So I'm kind of in a defensive position here. Maybe I could follow this up by, see, do I want to exchange the bishop for the knight on e4, or do I just want to play bishop b7 to c6 to remove the bishop from emprise? I'm thinking maybe just bring the, if he doesn't do anything threatening, just bring the bishop from b7 to c6 so that he doesn't have any knight d6 threats, you know, winning the bishop outright on b7. Or maybe bring the bishop to d5 instead, which is a more active square than c6. Also, on d5, the bishop would cut off his queen from controlling d6. Currently, he cannot play knight e6 check because of knight takes, followed by queen takes c5. Well, I guess he could, if he intends to play queen takes d6 in response to knight takes d6. All right, so he's thinking quite heavily here. I mean, my idea is to just, you know, the bishop on b7 might be a problem, so I'm going to move it to c6. And then I'll be able to threaten things like, you know, knight e3 or knight g3 or other things. All right, here I'm in check. I have to take this, and then he's got to take with queen, right? And so here, I think I have to play something like queen c6 here, because if I take, I can't take because then pawn takes and he's threatening my knight and also my bishop on b7. So I have to do, I can play, I think I'll play the, you know, the queen to c6. And if he takes on b7, then, oh wait, this is quite bad because he can take on b7 and then play bishop f3. Oh no, but then I have queen a7 check. So, whew, that was a close call there. All right, I'm currently threatening. The queen g2 mate. If he plays bishop f3, then I think I have to exchange queens and then exchange bishops. And so then we go into an endgame. So he is quite low on time. I'm usually the one low on time when I do these. Again, he has to defend. He has to respect my mate threat. If he plays rook f2, that's a good response to that. So now here I can play rook c8. Oh no, rook c8. He just takes on b and then plays bishop f3 because then there's no check. So I have to play. See, can I just play knight d5 here? Or rook c8. Rook c8, knight takes, queen takes. Oh, and there's no longer any skewer of my rook on a8. So here, cementing his knight on c5, I'll just play. Let's retreat my bishop so his knight can never take it. And now I might be threatening to play queen takes queen, followed by... Yeah, I'll play queen takes queen here, followed by knight d5. Oh no, because then my d7 would be hanging, so I guess I have to play... I don't know, I'll just play knight d5 straight away. And maybe an f5 for him would be dangerous here. Although I could take away some of that danger by... Alright, what is he doing here? Can I just... Alright, let's take there, and then I'll take on... No, I can't take on c2. Well, I guess I'll play rook c3 then. This looks like an aggressive post. And I'll take on a3, and then I'll take here. I have to watch out for him queening, so I guess I'll king e7. So my bishop's protected. Play d5 to keep my, just have to keep my stuff in order here. And I'll take his passed pawn. I'll take this pawn. And let's see, attack his rook. Let's see, what's he threatening here? All right, my king is possibly in quite a bit of danger here. Let's take his rook here. Shoot, this is... Taking his rook. I'll just run away. I'll unleash this attack on... Oh wait, I just dropped a pawn for nothing, didn't I? I am still dropping a pawn for nothing. Ugh! Oh wait, I'm not, because I'm attacking at least on the g2. Both. So check here, and then I'll blockade his pawn. So I have this pretty well under control. Let's see, I'll go and grab this now with my king. I'll take this pawn because that pawn is dangerous. Check his king, and I'll be taking this. Check this, and then so I've earned some more time on my clock now, so I will just be being very careful not to allow any unfortunate stalemate attacks. If he plays rook check, then I'll just move my king over. And then just keep pushing my pawn. So yeah, that was a good game. Very, very exciting, and down to the wire. Hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good one, YouTube.